Check this out. I'm live at Trill Studios and I am going to try something new called Tatt Talk. I will be picking a topic from my phone based on whatever number that the artist picks, and we're going to talk about whatever that subject is while they're tattooing. You want to see? Let's do it. Okay, so we are here with my boy AJC and
Yes,
his
sir.
client. What's your name again, sir?
Hey, goody.
Goody,
You dig?
goody. Okay, so AJ picked
Yeah.
number 11. And
Yeah.
number 11 is
Yeah.
going to be,
Uh
do
huh.
you think
Come.
an alpha male and an alpha female can coexist in a relationship?
Yes, I do.
And why do you feel that way?
I feel like they have to have strong points that are the opposite of each other, though.
Mhm.
In order for them to coexist, in order for them to be partners, they have to be strong at each other's weaknesses. Because if they're strong at the same thing, when it comes to a weakness, they're going to fail.
Do you think the communication is very difficult?
Communication is
Or
always key. I think it's not
do you think it's
always.
difficult though? Because you got two strong personalities that
Okay,
are.
so when we talking about a relationship, are we
Yeah,
talking
for
about a
sure.
man and woman relationship, or are
Of
we talking
course.
about a woman and woman relationship, or a man and man relationship? Because these are
Definitely man
different
and
things.
woman. I
Man and
guess
woman.
we can speak on whatever you feel.
I'm saying, like,
Let's start
these
with
are
man and
different
woman.
things we talk about.
Yeah, because for sure.
If we talk about a man and woman, a woman has to understand that a man is the head.
Okay. Okay. You saying romantic?
Romantic relationship. That what you talking about?
Yeah, for sure. Like if you're in a romantic relationship or marriage or whatever.
If that
you
bitch
feel
don't
like-
understand that the man is the head and they both alpha males, it ain't gonna work. Cause she's trying to overstep her boundaries by telling him what to do and leading from the head, which she is not. She's the help.
Right.
If you're not the help, if you can't stand in and accommodate or make everything that he does better, then you're not necessarily being the help. You're trying to be the head, and it's not gonna work if the man is the alpha.
Okay, now there are a lot of alpha males out there in the world that are not necessarily good leaders, though. So, like, if they're alpha male, they gonna bark around orders. But if they ain't leading in the right direction, why should she follow them?
I don't think a man can be an alpha if he's not a leader. I think you have to learn how to be a Indian before you can be a chief.
For sure, you gotta follow before you lead.
Yeah, hell
But
yeah.
I also think that sometimes you can be misled
Being
or
an
leading
alpha
in
or
the
being
wrong
a
direction.
leader comes from experience.
For sure.
Somebody that doesn't have experience cannot be a leader.
But do you think that it's possible that people can lead in the wrong direction, even if they are a leader?
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But
So,
what I'm
like,
saying
if
is,
their vision is not clear
if
or
you've been
it's
through it
not,
before, you shouldn't be leading in the wrong direction. You only can lead in the wrong direction if you don't know any better. And you only don't know any better if you haven't been involved in a situation before. If you've been involved in a situation and you've done it wrong, you know the right way to do it. If you keep doing it wrong, that's on you. God go. I don't mean to put the Bible in this shit.
put the Bible in it.
I'm not trying to get religious. You feel what I'm saying?
You
But
know
I just
God
feel
is
like
before all things.
God is going to keep giving you the same test until you pass it.
Okay.
So if you keep failing it, you're going to keep fucking taking it.
For sure. Woman has those kind of things.
Yeah.
Whether not they're lying.
As far as like leading, if I'm trying to go here and you're trying to go over there, I'm gonna be leading you wrong because we're not going to the same place.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
So you do have to have a clear vision. I agree with that definitely. You both have to be on the same page. I think it's. I think in my personal experience, being an alpha female, I run into a lot of situations where men are intimidated, if you will, and it's hard to communicate that because they're not fully understanding, like who they are. I guess because I can't play off if you don't know yourself, then how am I supposed to know you? You feel me? And how am I supposed to follow you if
Don't
if
know
you
where
don't
you're
know?
going.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
Now you can't follow somebody that don't know where they're going.
for sure.
But at the same time, you got to be willing to. You got to be willing to be somebody's cheerleader while they're in the lead, and you also have to know when it's time for the roles to be reversed.
For sure, for
Because
sure.
if both of y'all are alphas, at some point you're gonna want to follow your goals too.
For sure.
See what I'm
For
saying?
sure. I think that both goals should align. You know what I mean? Like, I do think that the struggle with being an alpha female sometimes is that um, they tend to not tap into their femininity.
Mm.
And so it takes a lot to tap into that, and dealing with an alpha
It take
male
the right man to
for
tap into
sure,
that.
for sure. You took the words right out of my mouth for sure, because not everybody can do that, and not everyone can make a woman feel safe that way.
I think you have to know what kind of woman you're dealing with. When you
For
know
sure.
what you're dealing with, it makes it easier to deal with it.
Yeah,
See what I'm saying?
and vice versa.
If you know your woman is a clean type person and she's very organized and shit like that, even if that's not your character, that's not your type, when you come in, you should probably be doing a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of touching up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If that ain't what you're doing, you automatically on her bad side off the rip because
Right.
you walking by something that you know is gonna bother her. It's the same thing for a male. If his strong point is like working on the house or some shit like that, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and she got down come in the house and she see that something in the house need to be fixed or something like that. If it's something that she could do, she probably should help too.
For sure.
See what I'm saying? Rather than making the burden harder for him because he just got out of work. You know I'm gonna do the shit.
For sure.
But
Like if I cook, you wash the dishes.
Exactly.
Type shit. Yeah,
if I come home and I see it's a goddamn light bulb out and you could have changed the fucking light bulb, it make my life so much harder knowing that I don't got to change the goddamn light bulb.
Yeah.
Rather than you waiting, I come home 4 hours later talking about change the light bulb.
It's definitely a team. It's definitely a team. So let me ask you this: would you prefer what kind of woman would you prefer? Like a beta type female, or are you into alpha females?
I want somebody who is gonna tell me what's best for me. I want somebody who is gonna walk me off the ledge because I make irrational decisions.
Okay.
I want somebody who is going to allow me to follow my dreams, but help me chase them.
Mm. Mm. But that has to be reciprocal always.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to be each other's cheerleader in this thing called life. You know what I'm saying?
It's never 50-50 in a relationship.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's
sometimes
whoever's the strongest one at the time.
Absolutely. And you got to know when it's your turn to cheer.
For sure. And your turn to fall back sometimes.
Hell yeah. And that's going to be a lot of times.
For sure.
It's the same
Especially
thing as
if
when
y'all both ambitious and goal oriented. Y'all going to both have to at some point fall back on each other's team.
It's the same thing as when you're in conversation. You can't be over talking people because then they're going to turn into a yelling match.
Yeah.
If you trying to work on your shit and she trying to work on her shit, and neither one of y'all going to be catering to each other.
Right.
At some point, somebody got to, at some point, you got to allow the other person to lead.
I love that. That was a phenomenal conversation, Mr. AJ. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your input, sir. Goodie.